Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful and honestly kind of unexpected partnerships that is quietly reshaping our entire energy world. It's a story about two massive trends that are hitting at the exact same time, and the ripple effects are huge for our climate and, our wallets.
So let's just start with this question. We often think that solving climate change needs some brand new sci-fi invention. But what if one of the most important tools we have is already bolted onto the side of millions of buildings all over the world? What if it's just a matter of running it in reverse?
All right, first up, let's meet the unsung hero of our story. This is a piece of tech that's been hiding in plain sight for decades, but right now, it is having a major moment.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The International Energy Agency, we're talking the world's most authoritative voice on energy, they put it right there in their latest big report. They see heat pumps as absolutely central to the whole clean energy transition. That is a huge statement.
Okay, so let's get into the rise of the heat pump. To really get why the IEA is so excited, we have to look at their incredible efficiency and, frankly, their explosive growth lately. So what even is a heat pump? Well, the idea is brilliantly simple. Your air conditioner? That's a heat pump. It moves heat from inside your house to the outside. A modern heat pump just adds a little reversing valve, which lets it do the exact opposite in the winter. It can actually find heat in the cold outside air and move it inside your home.
Now, this is the magic trick, because a heat pump moves heat instead of creating it by, say, burning gas. It's mind-blowingly efficient. For every 1 unit of electricity it uses, it can move 3, 4, even 5 units of heat energy. That is an absolute game changer compared to your traditional furnace.
And people are catching on. The IEA reports that between just 2020 and 2024, global heat pump sales shot up by a massive 27%. This isn't some niche product anymore. This is going mainstream, and it's happening fast.
So what does that growth actually mean in the real world? Well, that boom in sales is on track to get rid of the need for about 40 billion cubic meters, that's BCM, of natural gas around the world. That's a staggering amount of fossil fuel we just won't need to burn to stay warm.
But that's only half the story, right? A super efficient electric heater is great, but it's only as clean as the electricity you feed it. And this is where our second massive trend comes in, one that's completely changing the economics of the power grid itself.
To understand this, we've got to talk about a concept called the levelized cost of energy, or LCOE. It's really the best way to compare the true costs of different power plants. It's not just the sticker price, it's the total cost of ownership over the plant's entire life.
And check this out, this is the new reality. According to analysis from the financial firm Lazard, the cheapest options for building new electricity generation are no longer fossil fuels. On a pure, unsubsidized, head-to-head cost basis, onshore wind and big solar farms are now the most cost-competitive sources of power we can build, period.
And this didn't just happen overnight. I mean, just look at the wild ride for solar power. Back in 2009, it cost about $359 per megawatt hour. By 2025, that cost is projected to absolutely plummet to as low as $38. That's an 84% price collapse in just over a decade. It's become one of the cheapest forms of energy in human history.
Okay, so we have two incredible things happening. A super efficient way to heat our buildings with electricity, and the cheapest, cleanest electricity we've ever had. So let's bring these two stories together, because this is where the magic really happens. What we're seeing is a genuine paradigm shift. The old system was just inefficient at every single step. You'd burn gas in a power plant, losing a ton of energy as waste heat, and then you'd burn more gas in a furnace at home. The new system is so much more elegant. You use ultra-cheap renewables to make clean electricity, then use that electricity in a hyper-efficient heat pump to heat our homes. This right here, this is the powerful combination at the heart of our story. We are pairing the single most efficient heating technology we have with the absolute cheapest electricity source we've ever had. This partnership doesn't just slash emissions. It has the potential to bring down energy costs for everybody. Now this all sounds pretty amazing, right? Almost too good to be true. And of course, it's not without its challenges. Making a transition this big is complicated, and there are some pretty significant headwinds we need to be real about.
Both the IEA and Lazard reports point to some key obstacles. Policy support can be all over the place, which makes it hard for companies and for us to commit. The upfront cost of a new heat pump can still be a barrier for a lot of people. Our electric grids, they need some serious upgrades to handle all this. And finally, Yeah, supply chains and tariffs can make prices jump around, as we've definitely seen recently.
So figuring out how to navigate those challenges is pretty much the work of the next decade. But even with those hurdles, the fundamental direction we're heading in is crystal clear. The underlying economics and the technology have finally aligned.
And that brings us right back to the IEA's powerful conclusion. It's a simple three-part mandate for the future of energy. Electrify everything we possibly can, especially how we heat things. Innovate to make the tech even better and cheaper, and accelerate, step on the gas, and roll these solutions out as fast as we possibly can.
And that really is the final, crucial question, isn't it? For maybe the first time ever, the most climate-friendly path is also becoming the most economical one. The technology is here, the economics make sense. The only real question left is how fast we can make it happen. Thanks for digging into this with me.